Thank you, John. Just recently, Erie County Executive Mark Poloncarz delivered the 2014 State of the County Address, and there was a lot of good news in it. So this morning, Mark is back on AM Buffalo to talk about it. How are you?
I'm doing well.
You got
Good to be
here
back.
from your building.
I got here. It was a little tough.
Through the snow.
We got the plows on the streets.
Yeah,
I hope
do.
people understand that we're not getting every road that we possibly can as quick as we can. We have 2,400 lane miles of roads in Erie County, and the snow all fell within 1 hour, but we're going to get to it.
It's amazing. This has been an amazing morning. As I said, this address has a lot of great news in it. First of all, we had a very great countywide response to the blizzard of 2014.
Yes, and it was a tremendous response from the entire community. Everyone worked together, local officials, state officials, national officials. We got the message out to the public, and the public listened.
Yes.
We've had many storms of the century in the past that never materialized, but this one did. This could have been a very, very bad, life-threatening, well, actually, it was a life-threatening storm, but the nice thing about it, because people listened, we had our emergency responders out there, no one died.
Right.
It was a bad 3 days, but we got through it, and within a couple days afterwards, it was back to normal. Unlike our friends in Atlanta and Charlotte, who could not even handle an inch of snow.
That's as we saw. You worked with Senator Charles Schumer and FEMA.
Yes, everyone remembers the October surprise storm, and then we had the other storm that was a big surprise last year when the Federal Homeland Security Office issued a report saying that Erie County should pay back $48.5 million. There's no way we could pay back $48.5 million. That would basically bankrupt the county's fund balance, our piggy bank. So I worked with Senator Schumer, and we were able to get FEMA to change that. Instead of saying $48.5 million, we think you should only pay $700,000 back, which is just a little bit more than 1% of the original ask. We could afford the $700,000. We thought, okay, that's fine. We agree with these findings. It was a lot of hard work by many people, and I thank the senator and others for playing a part in making it happen. I
know you're also very interested in making sure there's pay equity, and I know that was one of the other things at the top of your list.
Well, we have a lot of companies that come to us seeking tax breaks, and what I want to know is not only are they creating jobs as part of those tax breaks, but are they paying their female employees the same as male employees for similar positions? 52% of the residents in Erie County are women, and when we give tax breaks, we're giving an investment on behalf of the people of this community. So a company shouldn't be discriminating against women and paying them less than they pay men for the same positions. So I called on all local IDAs, not only the EC IDA, but all the town IDAs, to pass a policy saying that we support pay equity. And if you're a company that's seeking a tax break from the community, you have to pay your women the same as you pay men for similar positions. And if they don't want to do that, then don't come to us seeking a tax break.
And Mark, I know that with some of the recent news, you've outlined sweeping reforms for the Child Protective Services Agency.
We've instituted many reforms in county government, and it's made a difference. New York State's Office of Children and Family Services has just issued a report saying that we're doing better, we're headed in the right direction, but there's only so much that we can do locally. There's a lot of systemic issues on the state level because of how state law is drafted. Most people don't realize it, but the state law for Child Protective Services was drafted in the 1970s, and it really hasn't been amended. We need to change it. I'll give you a good example. CPS workers don't have access to the criminal records of people in the household. So when they go out on a call, they don't even know if somebody in that household has a criminal background, may have been an abuser. So it takes them weeks to get that information, navigating bureaucratic red tape. A Child Protective Service worker should have access to that information and medical records immediately.
Yes, agreed.
And that's one of the things that we're calling for New York State to change. And there's quite a number of other ones as well. If people are interested, they could go to erie.gov and watch my video from yesterday, or read the entire speech and see all the recommendations. But we need to do this to protect children in our community.
Yeah. And you're right, you got to get through the red tape. People are probably doing the best they can, but if their hands are tied, what are you going to do? And in the meantime, you've got kids' lives at stake. Yeah,
CPS workers should not have to wait weeks to find out if someone in the household that potentially is abusing the child has a criminal record. They should be able to determine that right away. And
I know also what's very important to you is that you addressed a number of initiatives to combat the poverty in this area.
Yes, while we have this great economy going on right now, there's 12,300 more people employed in Erie County since January of 2012 as of the end of this past December, but some people are being left behind. And what we need to remember is as our economy grows, we cannot leave the people on the lowest ladders of the economic, or the lowest rung of the economic ladder behind. And so we instituted yesterday and announced a program, a Health and Human Services Plan, initiatives for stronger communities, to work with my economic plan, initiatives for a smart economy, so that we can meld the two. Because a good Health and Human Services Plan needs to work with a good economic plan to create a better community for all of us. And that's what we're doing and what I announced yesterday, because we have to combat poverty. It's been 50 years since the war on poverty was announced. 14% of Erie County residents live in poverty. Let's reduce that.
All right, looks like you got a lot on your plate now for spring.
As always, including dealing with the snow.
Yeah, I know. We'll let you get back to work. Erie County Executive Mark Poloncarz, thanks so much. We love it when you come in and visit us and let us know what's going on.
Always my pleasure, Linda.
All right, everybody, another break and we'll be right back.